Hey, welcome to our fourth question of our 1,000 questions that we need to be covering. And in this question, uh, we're going to we're going to look at chunk. So the first thing that we need to do is prepare our template and make sure that everything is how we want it. So chunk, we're supposed to have a chunk here. Just a naming. It's not a big deal. Than what we're going to do. So, what is the question? The question is supposed to be, let me get the question. Our question is asking, given an array and chunk size, divide the array into many subarrays. Okay? Given an array and chunk size. Given an array where each subarray is of length size. Okay. Now, what are these chunks that we need to put together to form one subarray? Yeah. So the chunks that we're going to have here, you can see now, these are the different chunks that, this is the chunk that we have. And we want to divide this into chunk of two subarrays. So the first, after we have converted this chunk into a size of two subarrays, we're going to have 1, 2 as a subarray, and then we're going to have 3, 4 as another subarray. These are a good example of how we want it to be. And these are just examples of what we need to convert. And with that said, we're going to jump into our function, and the function is going to be chunk that is going to have array, and the array and the size of the array. Okay, so these are the parameters that we're going to have in our function. Then we're going to have our result. Remember, our result, the final result that we're going to have is going to be an array. Okay, regardless of how many times we split them, we're going to have a final result of an array. So let the index where we want to start our computing to start from index 0. Sorry, index. We're going to have an index of 0. Okay, so we are going to start from the size 0. Okay, so for us to loop through an array, we're going to use a while loop. So while the statement is true, which is the index, while the index is less than array length, okay, array length, then we're going to have result, then we're going to push. Yeah, we're going to use the push method. Array dot slice, array slice, slice what? Index of the array, then the index plus the size. Okay, plus the size of the array that we want to call. Then after that, we're going to have index. This is going to give us an index which is going to be plus or equals to the size of the array. Okay, so the index is going to be the size of the array. Then after that, we're going to have a return that is going to be result. We're going to return the result. we're going to have a result of the array that we just called. So we're going to use our first example. What is the first example that we're going to use? We're going to use this chunk here. So when you call this chunk, we use it as a decorator. Then the chunk is going to have let us see what our chunk is going to give us. So what we need of we need to console log this chunk. Okay. We need to console.log console.log chunk. Okay, we're going to console the chunk. So what are we going to have when you console this chunk? Remember, we're going to divide it into size of 2 arrays. Now, very nice. What is the size of this arrays here? You can say the array has 2 elements. Each array here has 2 elements. So it has these first elements and these 2 other elements. So the size of the array is of 2, but in the elements, the 2 elements in the array are respectively. Sorry. Yeah. So that's how you divide a chunk. That's how you call a chunk, and divide it into subarrays. So just to echo on what we just touched on, is the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to use a while loop here. So if the index is less than the array length, which is the size of the array, return the result, and then array slice. Yeah, then you're going to slice the index, because the index is less than array, so we're going to slice the index of this array. Then we're going to concatenate the index and the size of the array. Okay, so index is equals, or is going to be index plus or is equals to the size of the array to get the final size of the array that we're going to form. Then the array is going to the result is going to return the result that we declared here, and the result is going to be an array. So you can see how we've gone through this particular one. Please leave the thumbs up. You can ask a question. You can even contribute in this, and you can see the source code in the link below. And I hope you're going to get to contribute to our GitHub. I'll see you in the next episode of our questions that I asked during interview as a dev.